Hi there, and welcome to another Origin Story podcast in the Rainbow Room International channel. My name's Ricardo Corvey, and today I've got Andrew Donaldson from the Crow Road Salon. You've already watched his big sister do her podcast, and he's now going to fact check everything that Julianne has told us, and we're going to hear it from his side of the story. Again, another unique story, but somebody who has grown up in the brand and got to the stage of being a salon director. So without any further ado, we're going to get into it with Andrew. Today's podcast has been sponsored by Mitake Scissors, and I'm an ambassador for the brand, and I've been using them now for about 7 months, and they have been amazing. The fact that they're a British-based company, the fact that we can pick up the phone and work with them and we can get everything sharpened with them has been absolutely unique. So today's podcast is brought to you with the help of Mitake Scissors. Andrew, this is it. You're in now. Same thing we tell everybody. The sort of first 5 minutes is a bit weird.
Yep.
Because again, normally, well, there's no alcohol involved in this, and or we're not on our bikes. Yeah. We should have done this through intercoms. Shouldn't we? We should have just had a wee GoPro in the front of the bikes and done it. We said we weren't going to make. What was that? See, we said we weren't going to mention bikes. We've done it the first sentence. So, right, you know the script. Chocolate bar of choice.
Whisper Gold.
Whisper Gold, right? It's Cadbury's household for the Donaldsons. Right, so we've got Andrew is helping, but Andrew too is helping behind the scenes here doing that. So this is his first win of a chocolate bar. Well done, Andrew. Excellent. Well, I was wanting that Whisper Gold. He's raging. Okay, so usual question. Where did it all? Where were you born?
About 10 minutes down the road.
Aye.
Literally, you can probably see it out that window if you look.
Well, you keep hearing you'll hear the ambulances and the sirens going.
Like, Paisley born, been here most of my life, and then moved to Renfrew.
Yeah.
So I escaped Paisley just a little bit.
So
but it always draws you back.
You'll go a mile and a half away, just on the cusp of. And then, so school, you same places as your sister?
Same school. So West Primary, and then Castlehead, both. West Primary is like 2 minutes down the road.
Right.
Castlehead's a bit further out, but it's literally round the corner.
Yeah. And I asked her that question. And obviously, you've sort of seen Paisley at its kind of, not height, but kind of bouncing, kind of dropping a wee bit, but then kind of, I feel from an outsider coming in a lot, seeing it kind of actually coming back. Do you get a bit of that yourself?
Yeah. You see it more like the city centre just died a death.
Yeah.
But now you're getting all these really nice wee cafes. People are starting to, some of my girls in the salon were actually going to Paisley and telling me about places they've been to eat. I'm like going, sorry, what?
Yeah.
You went where?
Where?
Roasters. What's that? But it's, so yeah, there's been loads of things popping up, and it's good to see it coming up a wee bit.
Yeah.
And obviously there's a really, really famous football team.
Yeah.
That are rubbish still.
Well, I don't know.
But they're getting there.
Obviously, we're not.
Putting up a bit of fight now.
We're stone throw away for the stadium, and obviously St Mirren have been causing a bit of problem at both Glasgow teams. So they're making the buddies are making their mark. I'd still actually have a problem not saying Love Street.
It's still Love Street.
Just
the One Park doesn't really.
It doesn't.
Everyone still goes to Love Street.
Anyway, let's not go down the murky route of Scottish football, because that's a
different podcast.
It's a podcast I don't want to be on, especially just now because it's not particularly great. So high school kind of hobbies. What was your thing then?
So, high school was just, I think I just floated through it. Mm-hmm. I never really, I don't think I actually put myself into it like I'm doing this. It was just, you just had to go and do school.
Yeah.
But art was always a good thing. That was my chemistries and physics and all that stuff. That's the stuff I enjoyed doing.
Yeah.
But out of that, it was football, golf, sports, run about doing bicycle tracks, try to avoid general scenes of like drama when you live in Paisley, which it turns out isn't actually normal.
Right.
When you're getting chased with baseball bats and having fun at a pub and all that stuff, it's like that's not normal.
Again, I worked in a chip shop in the Glasgow Cross, so yes, it was normal. I think you'll find.
Just expect it. But so yeah, it was just one of the ones that just got on with it.
Okay.
But I had a lot of hairdressing family. I knew about hairdressing, but it was never something that was like, I want to go and do that.
Yeah.
So I was going to uni to do aeronautical engineering.
Right, so you're at that stage, right? So so you're doing your choices and you're second year going into third year. When did you start thinking that's who I was going to be? What age were you been about then? So like kind of 14, 15 or what?
Yeah, like 16, 17,
Right.
literally towards the end of school, but it was like,
Right.
that sounds like something I can make things and
Yeah.
build things and do stuff. But then it was just like, I got the grades to get in, scraped through it, done the stuff I had to do, and then like, I don't know if I really actually want to be doing this.
And where would you went to study to do that?
Oh, I can't remember. I think it was Glasgow.
Right. Yeah.
One of the Glasgow ones.
Right.
And I'm trying to remember, but essentially what happened, right, was it's actually my mum's fault, my hairdresser.
Right, it's your mum's fault?
It's my mum's fault.
Right, okay.
All the boys were going on holiday, end of school, and my mum was like, you're not going.
Hilarious.
You're 17, not a chance.
Aye, I was the
My
same. I was
sister never went until she was 18, you're not going until you're 18.
Is that right?
Aye, and I was like, okay.
Yeah. I was the same. Do you know how I got my mum back with that? Totaled her car while all my pals were away. I just passed my driving test, smashed my mum's car to bits, and I went, if I was in Calidore, that wouldn't have happened.
Well, essentially that's what happened, and it was, I just watched these podcasts over, there's been lots of talks about the assistant shows.
Yeah.
That's the thing that got me into hairdressing.
Right.
The assistant show.
Uh-huh.
Because Julianne paid me $5 to go, you can carry my stuff, because all my pals are on holiday.
Right.
And I'm like, what am I going to do?
Right.
So I'm going, well, just come to this, there's loads of drink and models and hair getting done. It's just like a show going on. All right. And my brain just went,
At that point.
what is this? I was like, oh, this is the rainbow room stuff. And I'm like, going, what's the rainbow room? Is that this weird, like, John and Joe work? And
Yeah.
with me, that's what's all happening.
So, of course, for anybody that's either not watched or listened to Julianne's podcast, one, you're Julianne's wee brother, but you're also Auntie Joe's nephew, married to John, that had Great Western Road, and you know that this dysfunctional family business, or I call it a dysfunctional. Well, I call it a dysfunctional, unrelated family business, but in your end, it's just family business.
Family.
Your only timeline contradiction to your sister is that she doesn't say that it was the assistant show. She says it's a photo shoot for a particular brand of clothing.
Oh no, that was my first ever show I done.
Right.
And it was for I guess it starts with a W.
Yeah.
And
Wonderbra.
Yeah. And so that was essentially it started up, and the show stuff was like, that's amazing. So I kind of filtered into all that sort of stuff. Any opportunity I get to go and see what was that thing we were doing.
Right.
So the art team stuff happened. I was in the art team as an assistant. So it was in there dead early going, what can I do?
What can I do?
This is cool.
So that's obviously because your first sight of it and connecting the dots with everybody was then going to the assistant shows. So would that have been the likes of? Would that have been the first one?
So, I don't know. So there was one that was in the Arches.
There was two in the Arches, so and then the third one was in the Old Fruit Market. But you were working for Rainbow Room by the time the Old Fruit Market, I'm sure.
Yeah, so I think I must have been to the very first one as what is this world?
Because it was in the wee arch.
Yeah, and then the second one,
middle arch.
I can remember I must have been an assistant because I got introduced to Luke. It was like, because John was like going, oh, he's kind of top guy art team. Yeah. And then Susie and all that sort of stuff. Well, Susie was in the salon anyway, so I knew her. And that was the, all right, okay. Yeah. I'm in.
A wee christening.
I'm in, here we go. And it was, so that was kind of just what started the whole art team thing. But the first show we ever done that was big was for Wonderbra. And that phone call me mates, so that I know my hairdresser. I got to go and see the Wonderbra models. It was brilliant. I get kicked out and everything. Because it was Charlotte was like that to us. Andrew, I don't think you can be up here. You just go and deal with it out the front stuff. Just because I'm like that going.
I'm not programmed for this.
Is this real?
I don't know what to do. So at what point, when was the sort of conversation to mum and dad? Because obviously Julianne had to do the same, was saying that she wasn't going to go to uni, she was going to go into hairdressing. So when did you have the same conversation to tell them, by the way, I'm going to do this?
Literally, the first kind of, I had a work experience with John and Joe in Great Western Road. And that was literally a couple of weeks after that, I was like, I quite fancied that.
Right.
I could always go back to the uni thing. It's a 2-year training thing, and then if it doesn't work, I'll go back to uni.
Right. Yeah.
I never went back to uni.
Never went back to uni. And did you go in, so did you go full-time straight away? Did you do Saturday stuff, or did you go straight in as an assistant?
No, straight in full-time, because I was literally just finished school that summer.
So what year's that?
I don't know. When would I finish school? I qualified 2004, so it must have been like end of 2001, 2002.
Right. Okay.
Around about then.
Right. Okay.
So, yeah. 2000s. Early 2000s.
Well, I'm 1990. It's burnt into my brain. The day I, leaving school's burnt into my brain, because it's to this day still the best day of my life, but it'll always be burnt into my brain.
It must have been 2001, and then that's when I started.
Yeah.
That sounds like the right kind of
No,
time
that's
frame
right, because that 2001 year's the last time we did that kind of assistant show. The one in the Fruit Market was 2001.
That might have been that.
So
that must have been assistant in.
Yeah. That's about the right sort of timeline. So going in as an assistant, and again, so it's unique for you because you're going into Great Western Road and you've already got your auntie and your uncle and now your big sister, and now you're going in, and it's a small space. It's not as if you're not bumping into them every millisecond, and and they will back me up in this. It's not as if your auntie and uncle are the most shy, retiring individuals that have ever
out there.
walked
They
the
like
face
to
of
let
planet
you know
Earth.
they're in.
So it was quite a unique experience to go into.
Great, though. It was the thing was there was so much like people to watch down here, because you had Susie, Charlotte, Will had just left.
Right.
I think he was not long in leaving.
Yeah.
John and Joe. Julianne wasn't actually there. She was in the Fame Academy at the time.
Right.
So there was that of like, oh,
right. She thought she was there at that point, right? Oh,
so she
good.
wasn't actually in at that particular time. And I'm trying to remember, and Patrick as well, and Carol.
Yeah.
So there's always like amazing hairdresser around. I'm just like,
Sarah Jane would have been there at that
Sarah
time
Jane as well.
Yeah.
So there was loads of people that you could just bounce off of and learn things, and it was just like, this is amazing.
Yeah, as a list of names to grow up under, you're getting, I mean, very visual, very artistic. You know, you've got, well, quite frankly, that was the art team.
I think it was,
other than probably Dylan, and I was kind of floating about now and then at that point. But you'd pretty much most of everybody, and Coco and some of the guys, and Sam, some of the guys coming in for George Square, but you'd pretty much most of the art team, and Luke obviously, and at that point. So that's, to grow up there, it's a bit sink or swimmy.
The thing is, I didn't know any better. I didn't know who these people were and what was going on and all that sort of stuff. It was just like, oh, that's my auntie, that's my uncle, and that's Susie. I was like, she's quite cool. Like, and that's Charlotte, she's quite cool as well. And it was so just like, that was just what hairdressing was. Yeah. So I didn't know any other. That was just introduction. This is what hairdressing is. I was like, hairdressing's cool.
This will do. What an introduction, because that's because again, I just look back at who was in Buchanan Street when I started, and I'm always like, wow. And then you think who was all in 15 when I started, and you're like, wow. And then definitely Great Western Road, I always felt took that mantle on. I thought definitely for that period of time was that salon where you were just like, can't believe they're all in there. And how a client picked a stylist, I've no idea. I mean, that must have come down to personality, because it was nothing to do with talent at that point, because everybody was unbelievable. And then, what is it, 3 times the size of this room? I mean, it was like...
The staff room was the size of this table as well.
It's legendary, isn't it? It's like unreal. And so how long did you know pretty much once you were at Academy? So were you in, Academy-wise, were you in the new one, the wee one at Royal Exchange?
I was in the first Howard Street.
Right, aye.
In that wee window
you were in the wee one.
of when that was in. That was that year of that. And then when I qualified, that's when the new one opened up.
Right.
But I had finished and they still had Fame Academy at 24. And even up there was amazing. But it started off because we had Luke and Alan still used to come in and just grill you for existing. It was just like, so why have you turned up today?
Yeah. Employment law hadn't been invented yet.
But at the same time, it just gives you a totally different concept of like, oh yeah, why am I here? It's like, I need these people to come to me. It's like, so yeah, it was good. And there was so many amazing people in Royal Exchange Square as well at the time.
Yeah.
I can remember a guy, Sean, and he was brought. I can remember watching him. He would just come up and he'd be like going, just ferret the yard going, what are you doing? But he was like, amazing watching him.
Yeah.
It's, so yeah, even for that, there's always so many people around you can just watch and learn from.
And was that a thing? Because obviously we talk about people either being able to see it or hear it or feel it.
Yeah.
Were you very much a watcher?
I'm visual.
Yeah.
Visual. Let me watch it, and then I'm going to try that, and I'm going to mess it up really bad. And then I'm going to try it again. I'll mess it up again, but then something else has happened. You go, oh, that was quite cool.
Right.
I've just stole your idea, but it's not yours anymore. It's different. I don't know what happened, but it's.
And were you okay with the mistake?
Yeah. It was the amount of times I had a terrible, like, I sometimes done it on clients as well.
Right.
If any clients are listening, I'm sorry.
I apologise.
But it was, you've got art team stuff coming up. There's this new thing that they're trying to get a haircut going. You're sitting going, do you mind if I try this new look?
Yeah. Yeah, at least
and
you asked them.
Clients are going, I go for it. I'm going, cool, buff. And then you knock it all off, and then you're left with some wee ratty bits at the bottom of your head. Oh no.
What am I doing with that?
I can't hide that.
Aye.
And I can remember, Tara has this story about me when I first came back into the salon, because I think she was just qualified. She's like, remember your first haircut in the salon, you cut all that woman's hair off? I was like going,
oh, brilliant.
I panicked that day.
Were you trying a wee statement piece, did you?
Yeah,
You're like, here I'm back, I'm the guy.
Yeah.
Oh,
it was horrible.
Brilliant.
But it's that way, it was I've done her hair for like 10 years after it though.
Yeah.
And it was just, so she loved it, but it was, everything came out. And I'm like, our team, it's fabulous.
Oh, brilliant. So that's you coming back, but you were already, you felt sort of knee deep in the art team by then already?
Yeah, definitely. It was because we're down in London loads doing photo shoots and all that stuff as well, so there was loads of stuff going on. John must have had a headache because it was every other week there was like, I need to go down to Manchester. Yeah. So I went, no, you've got plans. I went, aye. What do you want me to do? Yeah. He's like, right, go. Yeah. So it was like constantly, because a lot of it was dead last minute, and it was like, right, who's free on Sunday?
Aye.
I went, oh, I'm free.
I'm free. I think that's the bit that, and again, you're now looking at it further down the story with your talent director hat on, and then going, aye, how did they? That way.
Yeah, because it was constant. Because
you've got that majority of people in the art team,
the whole team
in your shop,
needing to go somewhere.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was pretty.
Yeah.
It felt like every other weekend or every other month there was something going on.
But it worked because it then made the salon
yeah.
that good and that productive. There's no doubt about it. So going through your training, what kind of highs and lows? What did you hit the ground running? What did you find easy? What did you find more difficult?
Cutting hair was always, I quite enjoyed understanding that because there was that element of you can engineer it. Mm-hmm. You can make it up, get head sheets and you can understand it. I couldn't blow dry to save myself.
Yeah.
it's like the one thing, it was Sarah Jane who took me through maybe my first or Charlotte. And it was right, go and get a Demon brush. And I'm like going, what's that?
Yeah.
I was like, a Demon brush. I was like going, and I came back with a paddle brush. And she's like going, that's not a Demon brush. I was like, it says Demon on it.
Aye.
So I going, no, a Demon brush is that one. I was like going, oh, all right, that says Demon as well, okay. Right, there was 4 to pick from, I don't know.
Aye.
Then she gave me the hairdryer. Is that right? Go start drying, get your first section. I'm like going, how do I hold it? My hands are full.
Aye.
And she's like going, oh my God, do you not know anything? I was like going, no.
Yeah.
It's like, how do you get the hair up
uh-huh.
with all that in your hands?
Yeah.
So that was like, it took me ages to just, for the penalty drop of like, right, actually smoothing this down, actually getting your fingers in clips and whatever it was. But I was that guy that had everything down. And then like, take a section, and then like pin it all up, and then pick all the stuff back up.
Just as well, Alan wasn't within striking distance for that. You'd have had no knuckles.
I was that person. I couldn't get it at the start, to the point I'm like, I'm not getting this. This is...
But that's a guy thing, I think, as well.
I think he spends so long not doing hair.
Yeah.
It's like, as much as I done my hair was that.
Yeah.
There we go.
I
remember John giving me the troubles. Like, remember you've got a back? I go, no. I was like, you need to get that in back as well. I was like, I don't see that.
I don't see it. No, I think that's it. And then, and it is really interesting that, you were going to go down, because that was the minute you said the whole thing about the aeronautical thing and the engineering thing, and then fast forward to, the course that you're taught last, your next course coming up. It's like, it's amazing that, and it's by no means a fluke in any way, shape or form that it goes that way.
I think as well, all the art team stuff that was happening, and I would say I had probably quite a good relationship with Luke. He kind of took me under his wing a wee bit and took me on this everywhere that was happening. And when he was doing the geometrics classes, he was like, right, you go on, you're learning this. And I was like going, all right, okay. And he just, for, I don't know, it must have been about a year, just everyone, you're doing it, you're doing it, you're doing it, you're doing it.
Amazing.
So I think he pretty much went, you've replaced me. Like without really telling me that I was replacing him.
Yeah, just getting you ready for it.
So it was, so that was like, when you're actually doing it, like every single time, you can literally, you get to a point where you can just close your eyes and go, right, I don't even need to think about that anymore.
Yeah.
And you forget when you're trying to tell somebody else how to do it. You're like going, oh, you've not sat and done 5,000 of these on the same head of hair.
Of course.
And had look at the back of you going,
right, no, wrong. We didn't even need to say it, didn't it? He could literally give you a look and you would know know what it was like. That so that transition into becoming a stylist, I suppose for you, it was quite quick. Were you not pretty quick?
It was. Well, it was 2 years, 2 and a bit years.
Were you still over that?
Yeah, probably just over the 2 year mark.
Right.
It was a pretty slow start.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah.
And then the level 3 was a bit quicker going through it, but it was.
But is that not because you're doing more of the things you liked and you felt?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Because it's a wee bit almost the same when you're talking about school and going, well, I was just there, cutting whereas definitely. The minute, for me, same thing. The minute the scissors came out and the minute the head sheet came out, I'm like, oh, I've got this now.
Yeah, you could break it down and go, oh, that's how you do that.
And as long as I've got an assistant that can do all of that stuff, you complete your brains in it, just looking at these scissors, And it's funny, I feel myself, and I don't know if you feel the same, my career's went full circle, and that, can you just leave me and let me just cut hair, please? I don't want to do your big tongy curly thing. I
don't mind doing them. Some of them I can enjoy if you get in the zone with them and stuff like that, but see when you've had about 4 or 5 of them back to back, you're like going,
just want to be short here.
Just take that, just looking at cut somebody's hair.
I just want to cut somebody's hair. It's amazing. I find myself watching old Top of the Popsies just to see like haircuts going, everybody's got one. Why? How can we get back to that? But that's for another podcast. So, Fame Academy.
Yep.
Tell me about your time. So were you doing the 80 converts thing? Did you have to do that? Or
I think it was the 80 converts. But when we started, there was like 8 of us.
Yeah.
And then there was 2 at the very end.
Wow.
So
massive drop off.
Just like everyone just started dropping off. Just like, nah, not doing it.
Yeah.
And so it was me and a girl, Kim, for George Square. So just the 2 of us at the end, like going.
Brilliant.
But yeah, it was, so I think it was the 80 converts, but when we were there, we were pretty much fully booked.
Right.
Every single day for the full 8 weeks we were there.
Brilliant.
So you didn't get to switch off. We had a receptionist up the stairs, which was fine, but you were doing everything.
Yeah.
It's like you had to, and it was like, there was no spaces.
No.
So I had to, and I'm slow. I'm not fast at all. So that was like, oh my God, how am I going to get through this? But you just had to, so clients are waiting like hours.
Yeah.
And you're like, I'll be back in a minute.
I know.
So I think you'll probably say that some of the guys in the salon are going, how do you make it all right with your clients? I was like, I've just learned how to deal with being behind. I think it's just speak to them. I'm going to be 20 minutes. Are you all right?
Aye, as long as they know.
But it's as soon as they come in the door, it's like I'm there going, right.
But you're also, your clientele understands that, but once you're in that chair, they've got all of you.
You've got me
for all of that time until you're finished.
I can't concentrate on anything else.
And there's certain hairdressers that can pull that off, and there's certain hairdressers that can't, because you start getting anxious about the other person looking over. But again, if you've dealt with it, so that's fine. So did you feel, well, you there's no doubt then, you came out of there, you must have felt ready to go on the salon floor if you'd be doing those kind of numbers for that period of time. Did you not? No.
You're never ready. You're never ready. I was just like, can you come in and you've got all these, I'm trying to remember who was in Crow Road at the time, because that's when I was the first assistant in Crow Road when it opened up. So it was, when we came back in, I was like the first hairdresser to come back.
Right. So were you were an assistant in GWR, then became an assistant at Crow Road when it opened up, and then was the first. Down. Oh, that's brilliant.
I think just because it was family, right? You on your way.
Yeah. Because you hadn't actually signed a contract.
Or it was either that, or Joe was like, I'm taking him.
I go with that. But that's amazing. Oh, that's brilliant then, to be the fact that you're the first assistant to qualify in that salon.
As a stylist going, hiya.
Yeah.
And it was terrifying, because you had, I think Patrick was down there, you had Joe, there was a few other ones, I can't remember, there was a girl, Alia as well, Megan, there's a few other names, I can't remember, but they were all like, very established, like, I'm coming in and get the pine going, hi guys, terrified.
Were you?
So nowhere near ready.
Wow.
I probably was.
You were.
But
you would have been put on.
Like,
there's absolutely no, like,
in your head you've got this, I can do the showy stuff and the stage stuff, but that thing,
isn't that interesting?
How do you run a column? How do you get all these people to come in?
That's so back to front.
Yeah.
That's quite unique, because there's probably not that many people, maybe Paddy for back in the day, that's going to have been that into the art team as an assistant. Robert as well, when I was growing up, was kind of, as an assistant, was always kind of doing a lot of the art team stuff that way. But the idea that you're going, right, I could probably run a backstage before I could run a column.
But because I was the wee guy with getting the pizzas and like fighting guys in Greg's to get the sandwiches for the models and all that stuff, and standing with a big fan blowing people. So that was my introduction. So when it came to like, right, you now need to hit the floor and do all this stuff, I'm like going.
So how long do you think it took from coming back into the salon to actually sort of going, right, I've got this?
A year, at least. It's that old thing of 1,000 haircuts.
Aye.
You can actually see, when you actually look at your numbers going, I feel like I'm getting this now. You're looking back and counting and going, it's 1,000.
That is 1,000.
So it's like that, 1,000 haircuts.
Yeah.
1,000 different haircuts. That's normal people.
Yeah.
That's the hard bit.
Yeah, you don't know what's coming in.
Yeah. I think that's until you actually go, I think I can cover myself now with what's going to walk in.
Yeah.
And then a perm walks in and you go,
well, here we go. Do we have any rods?
3 times.
Brilliant.
So, but
listen, 3's a lot for most people that qualify.
I've actually done quite a few perms recently.
Well, again, I'm buying rollers, I'm buying new lotions. We're doing tons of them at the moment, which is, I always felt I was the generation that killed it, because I spent my life neutralising. I'm like, no, I'm bleaching it and you're getting a bob and you're never seeing a roller. And now, of course, I'm cursed because I'm the last generation that can do them. So, and then because the assistants don't get any practice in neutralising, I'm going, 52 years old, I'm neutralising a perm. This should be 3 times the price if I'm having to do this, But again, that a perm podcast we could do for hours. So the thing that would be different now is it'll take that assistant qualifying and doing those 1,000 haircuts a good 6 to 8 months more now than it would do when you did them.
Maybe even longer.
Yeah.
I think if they've got a bit of clientele to come into, it makes it easier. But if they're building from scratch, and we've really struggled to like getting the guys just bums on seats.
Yeah. And how did you do that when you were them? You know, when you were at that position, how did you get those bums on seats?
I used to stand at the bottom of the hill and hustle people off the train.
Right.
We were up at the Jordan Hill campus, and I had vouchers coming out my back pockets everywhere I went.
Mm-hmm.
So you do everything you were doing involved. Can I cut your hair?
Yeah.
Can I cut your hair?
Yeah.
Like your hair? Can I cut? Who done that? Can I cut your hair?
Yeah.
And it was always had handfuls of vouchers everywhere.
Yeah.
So it was just ate, slept, and breathed it.
Yeah.
Because you had to.
It's the one consistent that comes out of all of the podcasts is the fact that we all built our column, you know, so it was Central Station and Royal Exchange. That's where I stood the whole time. Yeah. And I had a whole team that laughed. There was a girl left my salon. She was standing outside the train station in Ayr in a rival salon, handing out vouchers. And all my team were in the staff room laughing at her because she had to do that. And I'm going, well, you're in my staff room, no bringing any money into the salon, drink my coffee. And guess what? I had to stand outside Central Station and do it. So... Yeah. She should be laughing at you guys because she's out there
winning.
She's stealing all your clients.
Yep.
She's winning, and we've all had to do it. And I think the thing now with modern technology is they think that, well, I've put a couple of posts out that I'm looking for models, and it's not the same thing.
No, I mean I'm trying to be social media active this year.
Right, all right, okay.
People probably think I've died in about 2012 because it's like social media's just goes over my head. Right. I don't understand how you can get clients from it. I know what happens.
Yeah.
And I understand that there is a market there in it, but it hurts my brain.
Uh-huh.
So it's something that I've always kind of stepped back. But this year I'm trying to be more active, and the girls are shouting at me, telling me to do it, and I've done a wee haircut video and all that. So it's with my tacky scissors.
Right, okay, nice. Right. And you like them? So you signed up now? Is that you?
Signed up, yeah.
You'll be announcing your ambassadorship soon?
Yep, I did forget my wee badge.
All right. I know. Actually, there's a thing. We've probably announced it before it was time to announce it. Unless
okay.
I'm going to look. What we'll do is, well, you've got 4 weeks.
4 weeks to put a badge on the hire.
4 weeks before you can announce it and then do it. But no, they are brilliant. And the fact that you can pick the phone up and speak to them, it's it's a unique experience. That is for sure. So you're into that stage. So you've done your 1,000 haircuts, and you feel like, right, I know how to do this now. This is I'm going to be this guy. How long did it take from then to get your first promotion?
I think within that year, we were I can't remember when that stopped. Like double promotions. I done 2 double promotions back to back.
Right.
So I just went from charging like 40 quid to 60 quid.
Right.
In about a year or 2. Yeah. So that was like, this is...
Because you're in the generation because it was, I'll apologise, but our fault that you got all those extra...
It
was those extra levels.
If you're doing the figures for up there, you can jump
but we got the levels put in the first place. It was Adrian that started the double jumps. He was that guy, and I think definitely Shannon and Jackie were. I think they were a couple of triple deckers at the time as well. I think they were doing that was Adrian's thing, but it was the likes of myself and Dylan and Yaz and me, Robert. It would have been Avro back in the day that we were getting promoted too quick. Mm-hmm. And Alan's sitting going, I'm going to have this top heavy salon, and how am I going to... He denies it. He'll sit over there and deny it to this day. Well, of course it was, right? You had to, you couldn't have all these heavy hitters all at the one price and expect a clientele to be doing it, and then also just sort of create more of a longevity. But so, apologise, but then you have to thank Adrian for the doublers and the triplers, because he invented that and then got it. But the thing is, you were either worth it or you weren't, because the clients would have voted with their feet. So
within, it must have been 2-3 years max, and you're sitting. I think the chase was just getting to art director. To go, art director, I can put that in my name.
And you know whose fault that is, don't you? That's your uncle's fault. That is your uncle's fault.
Didn't you?
To this day, you'll still like that. I mean, he talks about it in his podcast about just something about getting to that, and for all intents and purposes, it was just a title, but it was you weren't. None of us got to art director and were then actually the art director.
It felt like it though.
Oh no, it was what it did do. In the proper financial system that we worked under back then, and the amazing wage structure that we were still allowed to have in place that was unbelievably fair to everybody that deserved it, was you saw a massive jump in your wage. That's when you really went, oh, I can have a lifestyle now. This isn't no bad clothes and going out money. This is now cars and houses money, and art director. And again, Alan and Lyndall talk about it was actually too good because people then got quite comfy.
I think I must have sat at art director for quite a number of years.
Did you?
I never actually bounced up after that because it was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
This is cushy.
Yeah.
This is nice.
No, it was good. It was a comfy price.
Yeah.
It was a good return for your money.
Yep.
You know, your percentage was strong. But that's a goal setting thing, which is brutal, and you've got to remember to do it, haven't you? You get that goal, and it's like, right, you know, what's the next one? So in amongst all that time, so you're building your clientele. You're doing 5 days on the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it was 5 days.
And then obviously your art team stuff extra.
Yeah.
So were you getting more of a role in the art team by this point, rather than being the guy getting the pizzas and running about?
Yeah.
You've got scissors in your hand, you're on stage, you're doing stuff.
Yep. So pretty much everything that was happening. I think for that mid to late 2000s, all the braids were probably me.
Aye, that's right, you were the braids.
So it was like,
but isn't that weird then, that you're going from the point of being the guy that didn't like doing style dries and like doing the structured haircuts to being the braid guy?
Yeah.
Because you were the braid guy.
And then it was Megan, not Uddingston, Bearsden, that came in and started doing these reversed braids with all the stuff in it, and I was like going, I'm out.
Was that your call?
I don't know what that is. Let me find out how to do that. And I was like watching her doing them. I was like, I've watched you doing that, and I still don't know what you've done.
Brilliant.
It's like, that's next level stuff.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm behind. Yeah. So I was like, yeah, right, I need to try and learn how to do these things.
And did you have a preference? Did you like prepping for stage stuff? Did you like platform stuff? Did you like photo shoots? Was there a
so at the start, I would say it was the show stuff.
Yeah.
Because that was kind of what got me into it. I was like, that's dead exciting. That was that. It just everything's so hectic and there's so much stuff going on. It was like, oh, this is so that was dead exciting. Then it started going into the photo shoots. You're doing a wee bit more, and then but the biggest one was probably the alternative fair show. Yeah. Royal Albert Hall. Yeah. That still hurts my brain a wee bit. The fact that I was there and it was like Vidal Sassoon was there and all that sort of stuff, and it's just like going, it's like next level. I was like, I'm here, I'm doing it. And Susie allowed me to pick the music. She said, I need something a bit angry, and I'm like, I can do angry. Yeah. Marlon Manson, all right. So yeah, you were always picking tunes and being part of that, you know, because that was always, and I was always quite interested in that, because that was always a good bounce off with you to see where you were going with it and what you were picking and why. That was always really good. And I suppose that's, again, it's funny, you know, how your influences are what they are, because you started coming and seeing the shows and the stuff that was your tie-in to it. Did you find, I always found to do, I had limited amount of stuff to do with photo shoots. I hadn't really done it. I'd done a wee bit with the Schwarzkopf Young Artistic Team, and then I wasn't down for Gypsy, but I was down for The Edge, and that's kind of where I did a wee bit more and was more involved at that bit, because I just found them, quite frankly, terrifying. Just the fact that you couldn't change it, and it was there. It was there, and it was done. It was very final for me, and and it was down in London. I wasn't really that confident of going down back then as well. I was kind of out my depth, and I felt I was out my depth, whether I wasn't or whether I wasn't. But did you find that okay, the transition between the stagey stuff to the photographic stuff? No, it is. It's the 2D thing. That I've always found that quite difficult, because you can see Susie when she goes through the picture, she goes, no.
It's unbelievable.
That image, and it's incredible watching it in person. Yeah. And she's like, and you're like, I've never even seen it. Yeah. They all looked incredible. Yeah, and weirdly, I can take a million incidental pictures of everything else but a haircut. Right? I'm the best reportage wedding photographer the world has ever invented, right? 3D, full way around. I can do that, no problem, and I know exactly, people are looking great, and that's brilliant. Tell me what haircut you want, tell me me where you want it, I'll do the model, I'll create the thing, it'll look great, and then I have to go. It's just a different vision. I think they've got a different, they see different things.
Yeah. And it's I think as well, it's two-dimensional, and because my history was more platformy and stagey, it was 3 dimensions, and whereas it's funny you've got that similarity with that, because it blows my mind to this day. Even the last photo shoot I did with Schwarzkopf, and I'm sitting going, they went through 10 straight away. Him and the guy, just like Tyler and the photographer, just went. Chris went through these. That one.
What was wrong with other?
What was wrong with him?
But so, probably the tipping point for me with that as well was after the photographic stuff. We went on this trip to Italy. That was a 2-day educational workshop.
Got you.
So we had to go over there and teach all these Italians the new whatever. I can't remember what it was, but it was
it's like a precursor to Essential Looks, probably.
Yeah, pretty much that type of thing. That was probably the moment I started to enjoy the teaching side of stuff as well. Because all of a sudden it's like, oh, you need to show them how to do that now. And I was like, what? I don't even know how I've done that. It's like I've never. How do you? So that moment probably went, oh, educating. I can educate people on this as well. Oh, I never knew that.
And you hadn't been doing that on the salon training nights at that point?
Nah, not really. We were doing a lot of the training nights were just learning stuff.
Yeah.
It wasn't like that kind of, right, we're going to learn how to do a show thing. Unless if the art team stuffs were different because you're packed into George Square or Royal Exchange Square and there's models there and we're right, we've got this new haircut to try out, let's go. But that opened up a different bit of my brain going, all right, how do you educate people then? And that's when the classic cuts kind of come in. We look, so that's because it was.
You've done that in reverse again.
I know, it's like
that's mental, right? Because obviously you're doing art team before you can run, and then you're doing high-end training and high-end teaching, and actually working under the banner of the company's artistic director at the time and a product company, and educating abroad before you're really taking a Wednesday night in the salon. It's madness, you know.
And it's now that you mention that, I didn't actually think of that that way. It was just one of the ones that just get chucked in. Like, this is coming up. Are you coming? I'm going, I'm going to Italy. It's like, I'm there. So it was so that was probably a turning point of like when education started to hit my radar a wee bit. And now I actually have a qualification as well.
This is it. I can.
It's like actually right round.
Got this bit of paper.
I've got a bit of paper that
says I'm allowed to do this now.
I can actually teach someone how to do it.
And do you enjoy it?
Yeah. I think I enjoy it a bit more than doing all the show work and all that stuff. There's something about seeing someone just having that wee penny drop and they go, you got that there. It's like that's some. I don't know if it's being like having their own salon and teaching the young guys coming through now. That's more a thing that like you can finally get that. I've watched you go from there to there to there to there. That seems a lot more powerful, I think, than.
I think as well because your age gap gets further from that individual, that while you're still near them, you're almost like, well, why should I be telling you? There's a wee weird thing there, whereas the further away you get to see their journey. It just gets a bit easier. But the change in you in that respect, did that then? Because obviously you know your sister and yourself ended up getting the franchise. Do you think when you saw yourself being that kind of teacher that there was an avenue of I could also be a salon owner, or was that ever on your orbit at that point?
No, it was. I think there was always this back of the mind of me and Giuliano probably have a salon at some point. So that was always on the cards, I think. And it was
was that driven by yourselves? Was that driven by the fact that obviously your auntie and uncle had done it, or was there another kind
I can remember we were having a chat about it, of like we were thinking about like maybe the next 2 or 3 years or something, we could maybe go and speak to Alan and Linda and see about getting our own.
Right.
And then we get this opportunity, it just went, do you want it? I was like, oh, you must have read our mind there, because we were thinking about this, like, but not right now, because I can't even remember what age I was, because it was what, 2012?
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't think I'm ready to take on a salon. I'm just like,
but what were you, about 28 at this point?
Round about there, yeah. But Julianne was doing a lot of the management stuff and all that as well. So I'm like going, if you're cool with this, I'm on.
Yeah.
And she's like going, yeah, I'm practically doing it all anyway. So
yeah,
it's like, right, let's do it.
I guess it's bizarre because Julian and I, it's just that terrible thing you do. Is I obviously think of you both as 12.
Yeah. I still think I'm the wee new boy though.
Right. No, me too, right? It's terrible. But Julianne was exactly the same age as I was when I got here, and kind of was signed and sealed and ready to rock. Opened basically in the first month as 30. Sorry, 20. I opened as 30, and then 2 months later was 31, and we're both within weeks. Wow. We're both within weeks of each other. Whereas in my head, I had you in kind of like, you know, you mid-20s, her late 20s going into it, you know, which was amazing. But it was, again, now having spoken to both of you, it's really interesting that, yeah, you'd already, yeah, it was maybe a surprise that the opportunity came up when it came up, but the fact that it had been getting discussed. Was there self-employment in your background, like mum and dad or anything like that? Was there any kind of...
No, my dad worked in Diageo, whiskey bond for years. Mum was a pastry chef.
Yeah.
But then she started working in the doctor's surgery, so it was always just been, you need to go to work.
Yeah, they're just grafting.
Yeah. Mum used to work Christmas Day and all that sort of stuff, so it was like, the thing was, I never ever noticed she was away. Which,
right.
It's just she was always there at Christmas. She's like, I was never there at Christmas. I was like, yeah, you were.
Aye, yeah.
But it was like, she's like, no, I wasn't. I was always. But she must have been very, very good at not letting us know that she wasn't there.
Yeah.
Because she was. I always felt that she was there at Christmas.
Wow.
But she was always working.
That's amazing.
So then when she got out of the
it was easy for
stuff and all
mum and dad were in the shop. It was pretty much, you know, even my brother to this day goes, you were never in the shop. And you're going, well, where was I then? Because like at 4 years old, I don't think I was left in the house. Well, you were all, you know, if you were all at the shop, then I'm pretty sure mum and dad just didn't leave me. And you know, as soon as I was tall enough to stand on an iron brew crate and get into the fridge to sell cones, that's what I was doing, you know. But that's pretty unique with that. So you're in that journey. You're getting to that point where you're thinking about opening a shop, opening a salon, the opportunities then sort of coming to you, and Julianne's obviously kind of, as we know, good with a bit of paper.
Yes.
Fabulous with a spreadsheet.
Yes.
If in doubt, even I phone Julianne if I can. If Linda's away and I need a bit of paper, it's Julianne. I usually phone if I've not got it. But Kat and Millie keep me right now, and I've got lots of backup.
A walking, talking diary.
I've got backups of backups now, but I know she is great with that. But the unique thing with that is she didn't have your art team background as much. She was obviously way more down the education route. So the good thing was it wasn't as if you were bringing this massive chunk to the party. Had you already started influencing the salon before you had taken over? You know, had you been bringing what you were learning, you know?
Oh yeah. I mean, you're constantly, the stuff you're learning, you're messing about with in the salon as well. Because something you just have to. It's like, I've seen this, I'm going to be trying it out, it's been working great, I think you'll really suit it.
Yeah.
And the clients love it. Because it's like they're getting the newest, coolest thing and all that sort of stuff. But it just slowly kind of, the salon just took over more and more and more and more of the stuff. And then I had a child. And then being able to just disappear and going, oh, Sunday, I'll be off. It was almost stopped.
And did that happen before you had the salon?
No.
Right, because I was about to go out in my timeline and my brain.
That was a good few years into the salon. So that was So it was just like, always like all of a sudden that teamy stuff and all the shows and all that stuff just kind of slowly, kind of drifted off.
Yeah, but it's dangerous to let it go.
Yeah, and it's that you're like,
much.
I do miss it, but at the same time, it's like I'm getting more for the educating things and getting this.
No, but that's the thing. It's not that It's not that you've replaced it.
I think
something else. It's not you on the floor all the time, and you know, giving back to the brand as well, because that's the director's courses. Again, for those listening and for those watching, as a brand, we have 12 directors courses at the Academy every month, where each one of the salon owners has to take a specific course on something that we're passionate about and that we enjoy doing, and that's open to all Rainbow Room International salons. We try to make sure that every new member of the team goes to every single course throughout the year, and then goes again really the second year to get a refresh on that, and then pinpoint ones that they really want to do, but they're also open to general public as well. So if you're a stylist out there and you would love to see what Andrew does in his 2-day course, that is available for you. And you know, we're filming at the time at 2025, so bookings for 26 will come in probably about November time. So that course, so you're giving back into the brand and you're re-educating yourself really in the same way as you would have done for Art Team that way. So the point comes, you know, Jo's had her fall, she's obliterated her ankle, which was a nightmare. Yourself and Julianne are obviously talking about getting the franchise, and then the big man phones. Where was your mindset then?
Panic. Just like pure panic more than else. Like, oh my god, this might actually happen.
Yeah.
And it was terrifying, because the thing was weird, because it wasn't like you're opening up a new salon and going, this is going to be mine.
Aye.
It felt for the first maybe 3 or 4 years I was just taking over John and Jo's salon. Yeah. And it was really difficult to get the staff to kind of go, because all the staff I was side by side with them on the floor. And then it was like, I'm now your boss. Yeah. That was hard. Of course. Because you've not got your team, you've not got any of the guys. It's like, oh, you need to tell me what to do now. Yeah. And they're going, really? Aye, I kind of need to, but I'm not really going to tell you what to do because I know what you're doing. It's like, and you're good, you know your stuff, and it's like, so just keep doing what you're doing. Yeah. It's when the newer ones are starting to come in, and it gets hard when you start to go, oh god, this is now my team. Yeah. And are they good enough? Are they good enough as what I was? I don't know. And then somebody leaves. And then you build up another one, then somebody else leaves. Yeah. And you build up another one, then somebody else leaves. Yeah. And you're just like going, right. We'll
go through that kind of worms in the second podcast, because that's an endless one for all of us. But it's that moment. For me, I was in the lawyer's office, but Julianne was obviously saying that because they had to get it done so quick, everything printed out and took you to the academy, and you've got that pen in your hand, and you know when you put your name down at that this is happening, you know. Yep. And did you feel, well, I think I'm already going to know the answer to this, did you feel you were ready?
No, not at all. I suppose I'm sorry my life away here, I don't know what's happening. Yeah. But at the same time, you kind of knew this is where I'm going, because if it's not now, it's going to be in 5 years, it's going to be in 10 years, so why not just get on with this now? And at that time, you're sitting looking at it going, this is the next level. Yeah. It's like you can walk past here and go, that's yours. That's it. Yeah. And I still walk past it and drive past it and go, that's mine. That's mine. Brilliant. Well, better go and check if the windows are locked.
Check the alarms on. Is that tap off? Is that those straighteners switched on? Yeah. Right. Well, that you've bookmarked that at a perfect time to finish your first part of your podcast, because from all of that time of getting paid your £5 to carry your sister's bag, which by the way, that was a decent amount of money, by the way.
That was all right. That was 90
great.
pence a vodka.
And now that I know that it wasn't the Wonderbra thing, it was actually an assistant show. Yeah. I'm quite frankly taking hold of the responsibility of why you ended up being a hairdresser, because obviously John and I were so in charge of those assistant shows and all that. So I'm stealing. That's another feather in my cap. Yep. I'm stealing that, because you've obviously turned up at the show and been blown away with how fabulous it was, and the tunes were good and all that.
I can't remember the tunes, but they were all right.
We've taken that.
That must have been John's.
And then right the whole way through to obviously, you know, get the salons just amazing with that big chunk of art team in the middle, which going through a lot of the podcasts, if people have went through them and listened to them, it's an absolute pivotal point in all of our careers where we've all taken part in it. So, Andrew, thank you for part 1, and we'll speak to you part 2.